With the new release of Action Point with Johnny Knoxville, I thought it'd be a great time to revisit the Jackass movies, because Action Point is essentially Jackass with a story, with Johnny Knoxville and some of his friends from the Jackass MTV series. Now, Jackass was made into several movies, and we even had a Bad Grandpa movie, and then we had some ones with a lot of bonus features that they just put into other movies. So this is going to include all 7 of the Jackass movies. We have Jackass, Jackass 2, Jackass 3, Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa, Bad Grandpa .5, Jackass 2.5, and Jackass 3.5. For the longest time, I never watched Bad Grandpa .5, Jackass 2.5, or Jackass 3.5, because I thought they were the same movie with just like a couple extra minutes of skits. But it's just a whole bunch of different skits and some interviews of them talking about the skits and what went into it. I'm a huge fan of Jackass, so much that from 7th to 9th grade, a lot of my friends came over to my house after school and we sat down and we watched Jackass, and we tried to plan out things to do similar to what Bam Margera, Johnny Knoxville, Wee Man did in that show. And we did stupid stuff. We'd jump off our school building, put each other in shopping carts, and then roll us down hills and make sure that we fell over, throw each other in trash cans, just do dumb things with each other. And looking back, it's very obnoxious, but I had a lot of fun with my friends from 7th to 9th grade, so I don't regret anything. But we're going to talk about the 7 Jackass films and rank them from worst to best. Before we get into this video, make sure to leave your ranking down below on how you would rank all 7 of these movies. And if you have seen them, what are your thoughts on the movies? So let's start this off with number 7, Jackass 2.5. There was so much they filmed with Jackass 2 that they didn't put it into this movie. They put it into 2.5, which is a whole separate movie, and it has a bunch of different skits, and it's also a lot of interviews talking about the skits, how they felt leading into it, and what went into putting the skit together. And although I like watching Wee Man and Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville do stupid things together, there is a lot of interview part which makes the film drag a little bit and a little boring at times. I like that consistency of Jackass where it's just non-stop, they're just doing stupid stuff. And there's some downtime with Jackass 2.5, I will admit. Sometimes I kind of fast forward past the interview parts because I want to see them do stupid stuff. That's what I love when watching Jackass. And I did get some of it. I also got some interviews as well. Coming in number 6 is Jackass 3.5, which is very similar to 2.5. Got a lot of bonus features that they couldn't put into the movie. So we got 3.5. And there's less interviews, more skits, which I did appreciate. But there are still some interviews as well. There's more energy going into this movie than 2.5 was. 2.5 was kind of felt like it was a downtime for the crew. This one, it seemed like there was a lot of things going on at once, which was a lot of fun, with still interviews thrown in. Coming in at number 5 is Bad Grandpa .5, which I recently just watched because I didn't know this one existed. And this one is fun. I like this one because it kind of shows you how they put the makeup on Johnny Knoxville to make him look like a grandpa. And then they also had some other actors and actresses look like grandma and grandpas. So he had some people team up with him to do some dumb skits, which I thought were a lot of fun. It's behind the scenes look of making of Bad Grandpa, which I thought was pretty cool. I like seeing people's reactions to seeing a grandma or a grandpa do something stupid because they don't really expect that. So their reactions are priceless and funny. So it's a short movie, but I like seeing how they put the makeup on Johnny Knoxville. Coming in at number 4 is Jackass 3D, which is the 3rd Jackass film, and this one's pretty fun. The only thing I don't like about this movie is that the gimmick of 3D is really heavy in this movie. There's some scenes where they slow down so you can see that 3D moment and say, hey, look, we're using some 3D effects. I'm not big on 3D, and I want to watch them do stupid things. I don't want to watch them show 3D effects all throughout the movie. Put that aside, there's a lot of dumb moments in here, a lot of moments where I'm concerned for their safety. I'm just laughing because they're being stupid, and I'm thinking that's gotta hurt really, really bad. And there's a lot of moments in there, even though they're a little bit older. When Jackass 3 came out, I think in 2010, it's still really fun. Besides the dumb 3D gimmicks, it could have just been a 3rd movie. Coming in number 3 is Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa. This was one of my favorite movies of 2013 because it took a grandpa that everybody wants to help out and see if they're okay, and puts them in odd scenarios that creates really interesting reactions to people that are witnessing a grandpa in an awkward situation, like the early scene with him in a soda machine. Those moments like that where it really catches you off guard because people are like so eager to help out, and then they get caught in the moment, and it's really funny. And I think that this movie had an interesting story. Actually had kind of a story going on for it. He had to take his grandson somewhere, but also combining the kid and Johnny Knoxville was hilarious. They were a great pairing. One of my favorite moments in this movie is at the end with the pageant. It is the funniest moment in Bad Grandpa. Bad Grandpa is a hilarious film. If you like everything about people getting hurt, but you like seeing it like done to an old person, like how he does with the makeup, then you would like this movie. It's hilarious. I like seeing Johnny Knoxville look like as a grandpa because I imagine a grandpa doing something stupid, kind of like my grandpa was. He was very stupid and he did dumb things, and I loved him. So it's kind of cool to see, you know, John Knoxville take on the role of a grandpa and still be Johnny Knoxville. Coming at number 2 is Jackass, the first movie. I love this movie. It has a really cool opening sequence with them in the big shopping cart rolling down a hill. And I like it because this movie is when they're younger. They're so happy. They seem to be enjoying themselves even though they're getting hurt. They like being together with their friends. And you can tell that the chemistry is real. None of it's fake. They're not forcing anything on you guys. And when they're having fun and they're just enjoying themselves, you're enjoying yourselves as well. The laughs, the smiles are all genuine. They're all real, which makes it for an honest experience. It feels like a documentary. And I really enjoy watching them get together as friends because they really do feel close. And when they are all together, they're doing these dumb skits and they're having a blast. And when they're having a blast, I'm having a blast, and I'm laughing because they're doing something stupid. They're getting hurt. It's just something about them getting hurt that makes me laugh. I've watched them for years breaking bones and getting hurt really, really bad, and I still find it funny to this day. But my favorite Jackass movie is number 2. I actually saw this one in theaters in 9th grade for my birthday, even though I wasn't 17 yet. My mom bought tickets. She left, and we went and saw this movie with a couple of my friends, and it was a highlight for that day. I had a lot of fun. We went home and did some stupid stuff, kind of try to recreate that movie. But I remember sitting in the theater just laughing so hard at all the moments, especially at the end when he put on the beard, but it wasn't a beard, and he had the mustache, and he was in the cab, and they already had something planned out for him as well in the opening sequence with the bulls. I loved Jackass number 2, and I still do to this day. They're all very similar movies, but just something about Jackass 2 made me laugh more than the other ones. So there you guys have it, all 7 Jackass films ranked from worst to best. How would you rank these movies? Leave your thoughts down below, and how would you rank them? You guys are the best as always. Make sure to stay tuned for a review for Action Point. Hopefully very soon I'll get a review up for you guys. If you guys haven't watched Jackass and you guys like dumb things, you like people getting hurt, then you guys should definitely check it out. Leave your thoughts down below for all the films and what do you think about each one of them. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.